Hello nail friends, and welcome back to another Honey Dawn Nails video. Today is the beginning of our new series, Spring Bling. So this series will be going on from now until the beginning of summer. This is also an addition to how to start your own nail business. So if you don't know anything about how to do nails, you could definitely learn how to do stone placements. But before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And while you're at it, hit that notification bell so that you may be notified of all future videos. So hello, how are you today? I'm doing well. I was away for a while. You know, everybody needs a little break, but now I am back. I am back with Spring Bling. So today we're going to go onto Amazon. I did try to pick out some things that weren't too costly. Also, some things where you can make some money, because I'm all about making money and saving money on this channel. Okay, if you are new here, welcome. If you're coming back again, welcome. Down in the description box below is all of the information that you will need for everything that I'm going to show you today. So we're going to start out with these champagne gold glass nail rhinestones. They're only $7, maybe $8 and some change. Right now there's a big sale going on Amazon where you can get your bling for little of nothing. So you can stop this video and go down in the description box below and click on the links and do your shopping and then come back to it. Or you can wait until the end where I show you how to do some offset crystal placement with some pixie stones. Okay, so with this set, you do have a lot of different colors because right now, everybody's into light colors. So if you're doing green nails, you want green bling. If you're doing white nails, you want white bling. Black nails, black, whatever. But if you don't know how to do any stone placements, I'm always telling my students, look at the stone placements that they have in the pictures. You can always copy that. You can. Okay, you can just do that. Or you can just draw out the nails first. So that's what I do. I draw out my nails on a piece of paper and I draw out how I want to lay the stones on a piece of paper. Or you can lay the stones on a piece of paper and do it that way and see how it looks before you put it on the nail. Because once you put it on the nail, it's on there, right? Of course it is. Now some of these stones, they do come with extra stuff like hardware. Some of them come with glue, some of them come with tweezers, and some of them come with a pencil that picks up the stone. So it's just up to you. All different colors, all different shapes, all different sizes. So let me know down in the description box below if you like to do bling. Hey, everybody loves bling. Especially now that the winter months are over and it's time for us to get back into summer and vacations and weddings, anniversaries, birthdays, sweet 16s. I can go on and on with that. But it's basically up to you what you want to do. I mean, it's just so beautiful either way. But like I said, you can look and see the stone placements in the photos and you could copy that or just do something extra onto that. Now, on this channel, I'm always saying make it your own, but sometimes if you just don't have that creativity in your mind, you really don't know where to start. But some of them also came with some pixie stones, some little diamond crystals. They did. I love these champagne ones. Aren't they really beautiful? Just give you some examples on what you can do with the nails. So let me show you these toes because that's what I saw. I thought that was very interesting on how they did the toes with the offset. Now, what is an offset? This is an offset that you're looking at right now. An offset pattern is just you laying down the stones. They're not touching, they're just laid down. They have their own way of laying, even if some of them are sideways or maybe upside down. The trick to doing a good offset is the spacing. So I'm going to show you that at the end. I did do one nail just to give you an example of what an offset is. Most of you probably know that have been doing nails for a while, but those of us that don't know, then I'm going to show you how to do it. This is a 24 piece. Now, let me say this. If you're going to purchase this particular set of embellishments, okay, in order for you to do a full set of nails, you would have to get 2 to 3 boxes. Because say, for instance, maybe you wanted to do a whole set of 10 with the hearts. There are only 4 embellishments in each little compartment. So that's why I said you would probably want to get 4 to 5 boxes. Now, if you want to save some money, you know what I'm about to say, go on to AliExpress. So later on, I'm going to be doing a video on the same embellishments on AliExpress, but you can just get maybe 100 at a time. Same ones, 100 at a time. Same quality, all of that, okay? But it's just up to you. So if you want it faster, you know, you go through Amazon. If you want more, like more quantity, but it takes about 2 extra weeks for it to come to your house, then you go to AliExpress. Look at this set of nails. I thought they were so beautiful. But like I said, if you're going to do a whole set like this, you're not going to have enough in the box. You're going to need multiple boxes in order to do that set. Now, how much would you charge? That's another question. How much would you charge? So for me, I say, if you're doing XXLs, a set of XXLs will run you anywhere from $85 to $125, depending if you're doing gel or acrylic. So that's the starting point. So you start at $85 to $125, and it also depends on how good your work is too, if you're precise. Next, it also determines if you're doing Frenches or if you're just doing one solid color. Now, if I'm doing one solid color, I don't charge for that. But if I have to design the nail before I put the bling on, now we're talking about an extra $50. Now you see it's going all the way up to $175. Now, you haven't even put the stones on yet. So now you're talking about approximately $200 for that set of nails that I just showed you a few minutes ago. Listen, if you really want to make some money and you're precise with doing nails, you can make that. Even though I know right now today with the economy, things are not, you know, things are kind of up in the air with the prices and the money and stuff like that. So if you wanted to, you could do a set of nails for $150, but I would not go under that. Even if I was going to do a set of press-ons, I would not go under $125. Because remember, it takes time to put these nails together, regardless if you're doing it on a client or you're making nails for a client. Don't ever shortchange yourself. Otherwise, they can get a shorter set, right? They can get a shorter set, and still, at the least, you should never go under $85 because then you're shortchanging yourself, okay? Especially if people want stilettos. You know, if they want cuffing, or even if they want it like their own natural nail. Now that's a total different story because people do get their own natural nails blinged up. I still would not go under $85 because your work and your placements and everything like that really does matter. Let me know down in the description box below, in the box below, how much would you charge for that? I'm just giving you my price. Because remember, if you're just starting out as a nail tech, you might not be able to charge that much. But if you have a lot of seniority underneath your belt, say you've been doing nails for 10 years, you definitely don't want to shortchange yourself. These stones can also be used for clothes, handbags, shoes. You know, they can be used for many different things because they're hot fix. Now, the reason why I love hot fix stones is because the colors are brighter and more vibrant because the back of the stone already has the glue on the back. They last longer, the shine is better, and look how much you get for the price. And they do have different sizes in each container. So some of them might have like 3 or 4s together, or 2, 3, and 4s together. Like this one has 2, 3, 4, 5, 6s, 7s, you know, whatever together. So the reason why they give you the B7000 It's because some of these stones can be used for your clothes. So it has 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 millimeter stones. You can get bigger than that, but then you're talking about going up on your prices, okay? So if you're going to be doing a whole bunch of bling, you definitely want to consider getting boxes like this. Now, I would not buy just one color of a box in one color unless you're blinging up something like a pair of shoes or a denim bag or a denim jacket, or say you're doing a bra, okay, or you're doing a hat. Then I can see you do that. Now let's move on to the pearls. Now this particular box also has rhinestones, AB crystals, and pearls, and they're all flat backs, so they're pretty nice. You can mix and match the stones. They come in different colors. That's very, very nice. So you can see all the different things that you could do with these stones and the different colors depending on what you're trying to do. So a lot of people like to bling up their drinking cups, like their Stanley cups. So the reason why you use that heavy duty glue is for the dishwasher. You know, you don't want to be drinking your drink and all of a sudden your stones are flying everywhere. So we're going to be talking about glue right now. The best type of glue. Now I have used the cheapest glues and the most expensive glues. So let me just say, I would not use any type of like Gorilla Glue, because what it would do is, unless it's a hot fix stone. Now if it's a hot fix stone, you can do it with Gorilla Glue. You can put it on a nail with Gorilla Glue, you can. But I would not use it if it didn't have a black back to it, because what the glue is going to do is it's going to make the stone dull. And so when you're doing your spring bling nails, you want to make sure that the nail is as shiny and reflective as possible. You don't want anything deterring the shine for your nail. Now look at these. These are like round little beads. So these are like caviar beads. They come in clear and they also come in AB, which is like a rainbow. So you can get either kind. So if you're into that bubble look, you can get that. So here we have some nail stands. I did purchase me a new nail stand, and I want to let you know that particular nail stand is extremely heavy. So if you're used to a very light nail stand, this would not be the nail stand for you, but for $6, hey, it's a beautiful stand. It also comes with a straight one. I didn't realize how heavy it was. So whatever it's made out of, I think it's made out of resin, it's very heavy. More heavier than I thought that it would be. Okay. But for aesthetic look, when you are doing your videos or when you are taking pictures of the nails, you definitely want to have a better stand. Now, some of these stands also came with a single stand. So if you're just working on one nail, you could take it off and it had an extra stand that came with it. I noticed that it's best to get the one that has the extra stand, and I'm going to show you in a minute that came with it, because if not, if you try to use it with an old stand, it won't work. Because you know, magnets like negative and positive, positive, positive don't go together, negative and negative, you know, it just ain't going to work. So it's just best to get the kit, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. But this one came with a nail palette. Look at that. So it's like a star. It came with 2 stars. And then the nail palette itself was like a bear. So I thought that was cute. And of course, it's made out of resin. Now, if you are allergic to resin, let me just say that, don't get it. Because, you know, we're allergic to stuff. We don't know that we're allergic to it. Always try to wear gloves or some little finger cots, you know, if you're not sure if you're going to be allergic to it or not. But it came with the art palette, and I thought that was interesting too. So not only could you take the pictures of the nails when you finish them, you could put some paint on it and go for it that way. All right, so here is another one. This is made like a cloud, and it also, like I said, this one comes with a little mini stand, a little mini cloud stand. So it doesn't look that heavy. So here's a little mini base. So this is what I'm saying. Because if you try to use it with an old base that you have, 9 times out of 10 it's not going to work. Because I had a base that I had gotten from a queen, and I've had my little diamond base for a while. It did not work together. It did not. It did not. So, you know, if you're going to buy a whole new set, buy one like this that also, and there was another one too that came with like other stuff added to it, like this one. See, it's a cute little mini stand there made out of a heart. That's really, really cute. And then it also had the palette, and then it also has like a place for you to lay your brushes down too. So it came with a lot, you know. Sylvan, it's very nice. I like the gold in it. It came in different colors. It did. So if you didn't like the gold, you can get another color. And it also came with the sticky tabs, which I don't like because they don't hold. I use clay. Clay always works for me. Okay, so it came with the finger holder, the brush holder, and then it comes with some other things too. Here's another one. It has a little mini holder, because sometimes you just want to do one nail, you know what I'm saying? So that was nice, and it comes in different colors. And anything under $10 is good. Really good. Yes. Okay, so now let's look at these luxury 3D charms, these rhinestones. And it's different sizes for your embellishments. They were pretty nice. Let's get big so we can see what we're talking about here. If you were going to purchase this, like I said, if you're going to purchase anything that doesn't have enough of that color to do a whole set of 10, then you know you're going to have to buy more than one. Because you would hate to get started, then your client is like, oh, I want that on every single nail, and you only have 2 of that color, unless they want the rainbow look, which some people are into. And it has a curved back, like a concave back, which is good. Let's see how big it is when you put it in your hand. It's pretty big. Pretty big. And then sometimes too, when you're getting these kits, you definitely want to have your practice nails. Later on, I'm going to be making my practice board to go inside of my salon this summer. And I definitely want to take you along with me, because I got a whole bowl literally full of practice nails. And I need to put them, where they need to go. On a nice board. So I'm going to be making a board, and you know, it's best to do it on 2-sided tape. Lay your 2-sided tape down, lay the nails up there, and that way you can move the nails around, you know, depending on what sales you're going to be having or whatever. But this is pretty nice. These are embellishments. They're clustered together. So if you're not good at laying 3 and 4 stones up against each other because you don't understand how to lay it down, then you can always purchase these. These are kind of small, but if you put 2 and 3 together, you might come up with something really nice. I thought they were kind of small, but everybody doesn't like something so big. Here is some glue. Now this glue looks pretty precise. Most glues today, I think my card has a glue like this too, where it has like precision when it comes down to the points. So you can draw with it, you know, it's easy control, it's crystal clear. You can make designs with it, like, you know, the girls are taking glue and they're making designs on the tip of the nail. You could do it with this. Now, when I tried the glue, because I did order it, when I tried the glue, I just want to say this, it was a little runny. So I would suggest, you know, if you're going to be doing those little things that go down on the side of the nail, those stripes on the end of the nail, I would suggest you do one at a time. Do one, set it, do the next one, set it, do the next one, set it, because it'll run together before you It's not that thick of a glue. No, not like BT Art Box glue. That 28-day glue is not that thick. But we can see, so you can see, you know, right here. Let me start it over for you. Let me start it over for you. So you can see, you can do that. You can write with it. You can do initials with it. But I'm just letting you know that, you know, when you do it, be sure to put it underneath the lamp immediately. You know, you can do all types of stuff with it. You can also seal in. But it was just a little bit runny. So for me, it was a hard no. It's one of those gels that you would have to put inside of a pod. Like, I would squeeze that whole thing into a pod, and then I would take a striping brush, and that way I could, you know, have more control. Because I say control, but if you get heavy-handed one day, you know, you're just wasting it. So here is another embellishment on how they put these stones together. So like I said before, if you do not know how to lay down your stones, you could always look at the photos that they have in these pictures and make your own from there, huh? That sounds like a great idea. Everybody's not creative, but you don't know. You could start out and then come up with something so beautiful. So don't give up. For those of you that are just starting and trying to get your nail business together, you can do it. Of course you can. Just got to take your time. So it comes in multi-sizes. You see from the smallest to the biggest. Not bad at all. They also have how to apply. Let me zoom in on this. So you see the pink at the bottom? That's an offset. That's an offset. So if you wonder what an offset looks like, that's what it looks like. For let's just say $6. Not bad. So let's see the different colors that it comes in. Nice. All the colors. But like I said, on AliExpress, you can get this same set for $2, $3, and it's the same stones. You just have to wait maybe 2 weeks versus Amazon getting it to you tomorrow. So I think on Amazon, you really pay for the quick return. But most of the time, it's the same companies. I've noticed that too. It's the same companies that's on AliExpress, that's on Amazon. You just get it faster. That's all. So these ABs are really nice. And we can see how this person is laying them up there. Very nice. So like I said, once you do 2 or 3, put it in the lamp, dry it so don't be sliding around all over the place. And then you can come up with something extremely beautiful. Spring bling. Let's get into it. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I am really excited. Plus, if you're like me, I like doing nails anyway, and I love to reinvent myself. So if you are a nail tech and you're still doing the same type of nail, you're doing that same type of nail or the same type of design, you can always spruce it up with some bling. Did you see that? It was a bling all over this lady's lips. I don't think I would go that far. I don't think I would go that far. I have seen people put bling on their teeth. I know back in the 90s, they were putting bling on their teeth. So different, like multicolored rhinestones, they would take, I know it sounds crazy, right? They would take multicolored rhinestones with crazy glue and they would glue them to their teeth. Listen, I never wanted to do it. But, you know, if you can't afford that that iced out set of teeth, then yes, you could definitely bling it up. All right, so here we are. So I am getting ready to do a rub with this deep burgundy red nail. Now, the rub, definitely I was using the wrong polish, so let's just get that straight. There was nothing wrong with the polish, nothing wrong with the rub. I'm just using the wrong polish in order to get the effect that I wanted. So the effect, I didn't get it because the polish was just too dark. It was just too similar. So I didn't get it. Probably if I had a lighter color, I would have gotten the effect that I wanted. But I decided to do an offset on this nail. And also sprinkle on some micro pixie crystals. So for those of you that don't know how to do micro pixie crystals, I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm also going to show you how to do the offset. This is one of the first embellishments I showed my students how to do in the beginning. So if you don't know how to lay down stones and to make them look so fabulous, this is one way that you could do it. So if you know someone that needs help with some stones and wants to know how to put some pixie crystals on, please share this video with a friend. So let me just say this before we finish up, because this video is almost to the end. Thank you very much for those that have subscribed to this channel from the beginning. Now, even though I've been doing nails for years, I just started my YouTube channel just a few years ago. And I'd like to thank each and every one of you that have stuck in there with me from the beginning. Thank you for the ones that are just subscribing. Thank you. Welcome to the channel. Welcome. So if there is a product that you would like me to review, or some type of nail design that you would like me to try to do, because you know I'm always like, don't want to copy nobody's work, but I can put my spin on it, then you know, just talk to me down in the box below. I'll be glad to get back to you. All of my information is in the box below. All of my social medias, even my Gmail, where you can contact me. So I'm going to be using BT Art Box 28-Day Gel for this look. So I'm going to put gel all over the nail. I'm going to slather it all over the nail, just like I have done here, up and down. And then when I set it down, one thing I like about this gel is this self-leveling. I set this this nail down for just a second, and when I picked it back up, it self-leveled itself. So I was like, oh, that's good. That's really good. So here I have my big stone. So what you're going to do first is you're going to grab your big stones first. This is how I suggest that you do it. So I have my micro pixie crystals ready to go. So I'm going to put on the big stones first. Now I'm just going to lay the biggest one up there. So I'm going to lay this one at the top. I'm gonna lay one in the middle, and then I'm gonna lay one at the end. I'm gonna space them out. Now this look all depends on how many stones you want to put on the nail that you're working on. So I do have some different type of stones in my little tray here, and I'm going to put them on too. Just press them down, make sure they're where they need to be. Now, of course, they're going to move around. That's not a big deal because they do that anyway. So we're not going to worry about that until the very end, okay? So once we get all of the stones together that we want to put on the nail, then you're going to make sure that you have something down on your table to catch the excess pixie crystals, because they're going to fly everywhere. So if you don't have a bowl maybe, then you could definitely get a paper towel, because you don't want to waste these things, okay? They cost enough. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sprinkle it on top. So you can see where I'm going with this, right? You can see it. Just sprinkle it on there. Don't worry about it. Just sprinkle it. Don't worry about if they are laying on top of each other, because we're going to deal with that in a minute. So up at the corner, on the left corner there is the exact ones that I'm using today. So just tap and sprinkle, just like you're putting salt on your food. Just tap and sprinkle. Okay, don't worry about the spaces. Don't worry about none of that, because I'm going to show you how to deal with that too. So you can only put but so many up there, because then they're going to start falling off, because they're not going to have a place to lay down. So that's another reason why I said make sure that you put the glue all over the whole entire nail. And if you missed a spot, now I like to leave the very top of the nail, like by the cuticle area, I like to leave that open, because when you put nails on and you push them down into the well, You don't want these little pixie crystals to cut your client or make the nail uncomfortable for your client, okay? So you definitely don't want it up there too close to the cuticle area, just close enough. So I am taking a pair of tweezers, my handy dandy tweezers that I love so much. I've had these tweezers for about 7 years now, maybe longer than that. I love these tweezers. So I am pushing them up. I'm gonna make sure that they're not hanging off the side. And guess what? If they are hanging off the side, because once you put them in the lamp, they do move around a little bit from the heat. You can always take a file and file it off. Okay, so don't worry about that part. Be sure to explain to your client, because a lot of clients don't understand. These are not smooth nails. I'm gonna repeat that. These are not smooth nails. These nails are bumpy, okay? And you may or may not scratch yourself at night. So sometimes when you are resting, you might rub your face at night and you might wake up with a scratch. So I always let my clients know, if you're going to wear XXLs, if you're going to wear nails longer than you normally would wear them, I make them sign a piece of paper. So they can't sue me. They cannot. I make a copy. You got a copy. All right. Also, I teach them how to sleep at night. I suggest that you lay your hands on a pillow and sleep. Because normally when I do my nails, if they're extremely long, I always have a pillow for my right hand. I can handle my left hand. It's my right hand that I work with. It's my right hand that I wipe my face with. You know, sometimes if I'm asleep, I will wipe my right hand across my face. So that's the hand that I lay on the pillow. And that's the hand that I am more cautious of, because that's the hand that if I'm going to injure myself, it's always going to be with that particular hand. Okay, so here is the reveal. This is how these nails came out. It's just one nail, excuse me. I think they look good. I'm going to show you a video in a minute, and the video is going to show you the actual shine of the nail when the light hits it. But they look beautiful. Let me know if you like it or not, okay? I think it came out pretty good. This is just one of many demos that we're going to be doing with Spring Bling. So I hope that this video was informative to you in some way. So God bless you, nail friends. And until I speak to you again, have a wonderful and blessed day.